Okay, so for season 32, I did 55.1% win rate, which is pretty good. I think that was up quite a bit from last season. Yeah, that was like a good 1.3% higher. And I also did way less games last season, like 1,200 games here, almost 800. So yeah, I was not having fun this season. Probably like one of my lowest game counts in a while, right? Yeah, like 1,200, 1,300, 1,000, 1,000. Yeah, 800, pretty low. But rank 250, basically camped the border, and we squeezed in there. So not too bad. Tough season again. So we'll just quickly go through the runes for those that care, and I'll put the video up, update the season 31 video. But here's the Zrath, of course. Didn't really change much or at all. Oh wait, actually I did. I recently swapped this rune onto him. So we went from this one to this one. This one's got better score. This one has 28 plus 9, 37 skill 3 crit damage. This one's rocking 31. Thing is though, you get this is first attack CD, which is much more valuable than skill 3 because it scales on skill 1, and then we do have a skill 1 roll here. So if Zrath gets a reset, he could still hit pretty hard on the skill 1, right? Like Vanessa armor break into a skill 1 is going to hurt. So I did make that change kind of based off of efficiency, and since we're in such a heavy reset meta, I don't know, maybe I'll change it back though, because this is obviously more skill 3 crit damage. But that was the only change I made. Charlotte is like this right now. We dropped her speed 1 for the light twins. Dropped a little bit AC too, but still pretty much the same. Full additional arties. Swift will with I think 3 quads, 2 triples. Vanessa we swapped a bit. We took her off a very fast flat HP rune, so I could bump my fastest swift setup. But we dropped her speed, yeah, like 8, probably 8 speed or 5 speed, I don't know. We got a lot more HP. We capped out the AC with the skill 2 artifact. Minus fire for Firecast, Daphness, Masha, stuff like that. Despair Will. Pretty nice Smath. Didn't really pick him that much. Yeah, like barely at all. He did get that passive buff too, I think last patch, but I didn't really use him all that much. Like I would usually pick him and do you know, like Neff maxi cleavers because I have this plus dark. Problem is a lot of those guys run like an Oliver or a Veronica, so kind of niche. Megumi, didn't really use him too much, so we'll skip over that. Chandra's on Swift Will, pretty much the same. Just a speed lead bar booster. And then I think I went for additionals by HP instead of speed, which I figure was more damage. But yeah, Swift Will, not super fast, but I felt like with the Chandra cookie combo, depending on how your opponent opened, you didn't need him to be super fast. But obviously, having maybe like 10, 15 more speed would have been probably a lot better. Chiwu still on the same double Nem will trap. Flat attack, artifacts, skill 3 AC and crit damage. CD is more HP, plus dark. This could be something else, but that might be for Siege. Yeah, I picked them into Laura's and sometimes Moore's. But to be honest, didn't pick them a ton of times last season. I've kind of phased it out a bit. It's a bit risky to go for this, especially with Hagang still being a thing. Ciara, her build changed a lot, but this is what I've settled on since I'm running the light cookie team with Charlotte. Despair Will with this juicy skill 2 act with nice bomb damage enchant. Then bomb damage, of course, with elemental damage. It's pretty good. Yeah, Despair Will. Kind of on the slower side. This is what I had. Some pretty nice, efficient ones there. Jamire. Jamire changed runes a lot too this season. I tried him on like Vio Will to deal with Oliver Sekhmet stuff, but that typically didn't work out too well because of Oliver. Like, I think it was good into, if it was like Sekhmet Sagar, I thought it was pretty good, but Oliver, like, not so much. Like, weird things could happen. So I did swap him back onto the Veronica Swift Nem Trap. Which I believe if he does take a hit, he will proc Nem and then move in front of Charlotte. So, yeah, you just want, like, high attack power, crit damage, just want low HP, basically. You can even have defense. Defense is okay to have some of, right, because additionals will ignore defense. But skill 1 crit damage. CD is more HP. Yeah. Again, pretty decent stuff. That should probably be grinded. Yeah, I didn't even grind stuff, but came in handy a few times, to be honest. Conrad. Yeah, Conrad got nerfed a couple times. We were having fun with it early season, but again, once you climb to a certain point, there's just everything runs a reset, and that just hard counters the Conrad team. Only time I really brought it out was if it was a like Sonya snipe comp, and even then, some people figured out how to beat the Conrad Jansen combo, which I believe was to just I think they would double snipe out Shizuka and Jansen, and then Zrath Conrad would get a turn, but because they usually use Vanessa, you know, stuff would live. So, and then of course Sonya could 50-50 the crit. So yeah, there were a lot of problems there. It was a fun team. Gemini. Despair Will, we picked him exclusively for like Ragdoll or like bruise, not necessarily Ragdoll, but bruiser teams that weren't contesting turn 1 at all. 15 crit for Ragdolls. Try to almost I think I'm actually missing 1 accuracy. That's not good. But yeah, we did change the runes a few times, but it usually stayed around this speed, 15 crit. And then, yeah, just full additionals. But I usually picked it with, like, Gemini, Draco, Zrath, Shen, and which would bait out a Leo, and then you could just pick Rakan, right? And usually that was good. Yanhong. I think this is the same set from last season too. We did swap her to my fastest set a few times, which felt kind of nice with Chandra. But ultimately, I think I had more rune depth if I kept this set on and then put the fastest set on Light Twins. But yeah, this is a pretty nice crit damage on Hong. It hits very hard because I sacked this rune. Wait, do I have an attack grind or enchant? Nope. One day, that'll be a 13. But yeah, Swift Will. With full additionals and some crit damage. Wind Cookie. His build did change a bit. We slowed him down maybe 3 or 4 speed. Again, just to so I could rune up the light twins on my fastest set. But like it's not too much of a downgrade, to be honest. So again, like having more stuff runed up felt pretty good. But Swift Blade. With additionals. Kind of a bit of defense here. I think I did actually trap Sonya's a few times. Somehow. With this much defense, but yeah. I did pick Wind Cookie. Like, my core comp, I'd say, for most of the season was Zrath, Vanessa, Charlotte, Cookie. And then one flex pick that would hopefully get banned out. Yeah, this did pretty good. Of course, it does always suck when he misses, and then that's kind of just almost an auto loss, but you know, what unit doesn't have some kind of mechanic like that, right? Leo did not change at all. It's still the same Vio set. I've been meaning to upgrade this for a pretty long time, but I just don't farm dragons, so I'm never gonna get upgrades. Unless I get like a Reap or a Runecraft, but just full crit damage, plus wind. Plus wind, -1, crit damage. Let's see. Shizuka. Shizuka said it changed. I don't think it changed. It might have been last season where I changed it, but she used to be on a defense slot 4 for Sonya's. But then I realized people think Shizukas are anti-Sonya anyway, so they don't normally target it unless they have an attack buff. So I just decided to go speed HP, make her really thick. Still has quite a bit of defense. Max res on the slower side. 23 AC, but then you get some more here. Yeah, minus crit damage is kind of nice too for surviving hits. And then minus wind, minus dark. Yeah, like the Shizuka Zrath combo was very good, as usual. Juno got upgraded late season. I decided to. Oh yeah, it's because I got this rune. I hit a quad. I don't know, mid-season. Finally hit the 5 just recently, actually. So yeah, her runes did shuffle around a bit, but Despair Nem. Do I have a defense enchant? Nope. Of course, and then full additionals. These artifacts have not changed. But yeah, that's Juno. Draco got pillaged multiple times. We kept taking like his slot 4, I think this one. Over and over, so we'd kind of fluctuate between like a plus 210 set and like a plus 200 set. But again, Swift Will 15 crit for Ragdolls. I pretty much only picked them into bruiser teams. Right, Vanessa, Draco, Zrath. And then like Jara, Carlos or something. It's pretty fun. Yeah, these are just kind of, they're like okay. And then we got skill 2 act to land the armor break with additionals minus fire. Okay, Daphness. Didn't pick him that much, to be honest. But I definitely wanted him runed up for specifically for Ponto's teams. You usually want a sniper that can strip the invincibility. So that was typically reserved. That job was reserved for Daphness, basically, but still on a double Nem Will build. Kind of a high defense, which is really good for Nemesis and for the shield. Max crit rate out. I think I'm close to max AC. Okay, not quite, but artifacts are pretty nice. Lots of crit damage. Yeah, that's 2 quads. Still can't kill anything though. Yeah, that's not a very good rune. That one's pretty nice. That one's really good. Really good. Pretty good. And that one's okay. So yeah, that's Daphness. Bellanis. I don't think we changed Bellanis at all. Still has the really nice Despair Will set. Same artifacts. Additional damage by attack. Plus fire. Plus dark. more additionals. This rune might have changed actually. I can't remember if I upgraded this last season or not, but we traded this out because it had an we have an innate AC here, and so basically I'm getting like 14 crit damage for free. But did I ever get a... Oh, I did. All right, we'll do it. We do it live. 12, sweet. And I have 1, 9 or 10. Go. 7. All right, that's pretty good though. A little upgrade there for Bellanis. Yeah. So speed, crit rate, attack. Juicy despair runes, like really juicy. I think all of these are pretty insane actually. I'm very proud of my Bellanis. And I love using them. Super fun. Ryu, pretty much the same. Vamp Nem, high attack power, pretty good HP and defense. Also a decent amount of speed. So pretty efficient, I would say. On, yeah, Vamp Nem. Artifacts, we have minus wind, co-op damage, plus fire, minus fire. So yeah, it is unfortunately HP, but I think it's kind of, when you have this much attack power, I think it's okay to do one. This is like a super efficient artifact, and then right side is just skill 2 crit damage. Skill 2 recovery even is kind of okay too, since he's on Vamp. But yeah, that's Ryu. Racuni did change a bit. I slowed him down, gave him the energy set. So I actually got this quad mid-season too. So he is a bit slower, but better stats overall. Swift energy. He's swift to counter Miles and Ethna. So he'll cleanse the stun, and then you can boost heal whatever unit they hit. Right, so swift energy, pretty decent. Skill 3 recovery, minus fire, minus water. Cardinal, don't think he changed either. Didn't really pick Cardinal that much. It's usually like if somebody took Zrath from me, I would maybe just slam Ragdoll Cardinal down. But yeah, he is Vio Will, crit damage build. Still the same insane quad artifact there. Still the same one here too. 1.2, yeah. Full additionals. Then Via Will. These are pretty nice too. Too bad I don't use them more. But he's also very fun. Carlos. Here we go. Rage Will. This is like a 0 speed Leo build. Also, you don't really need speed if you're counterpicking with it. Into snipes, right? They're going to snipe something out and he's just going to get a turn. So you don't really need speed. Yeah. Rage Will. I don't think we changed anything. Still the same artifacts and build. Just a bunch of crit damage, additional damage by attack on both. 4 liners, yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, I think Carlos definitely has a pretty nasty rage set. Like, insane. That's a 16 plus 12, 15 plus 9. Do I have a, yeah, I don't have an HP grind. I probably would throw that in, though. This one could maybe be better. Not too bad. And then, yeah, we have another 12 plus 16, or 16 plus 12 here. 12 plus 9. Ooh. Okay, we'll do one. We'll do one for the stream. Let's see. 10, I'll take it. Boom. And then this one's pretty nice. Innate crit. And a quad HP with innate AC. Pretty nice, right? Picked up a lot into Sonya's and Leo Ragdoll Nana's. stuff like that. Verd, I still just have this triple revenge Verd build. Didn't really pick it that much, but sometimes you would just last pick it to force a ban out of something. Right? Nobody wants to play against triple revenge Verd. But I guess he's additionals minus dark and fire. Triple revenge. Yeah, these are not really great efficient runes, I would say. I didn't really need them to be. Mayo Vio Will, or Vio Blade. Just lots of stats. Stats and stats and stats. Yeah, pretty good overall. No AC though, is like not even an innate AC is kind of bad though. Yeah, just crit damage minus fire. So you could maybe tank a Fire Casset or a Masha or something. Leica, didn't pick Leica very much, but he's ruined up just to get like a force ban out of something. But yeah, Vamp Nem. This should probably be a bit better. Oh, that one's actually pretty good, but you definitely don't want any HP on like this is a wasted rune. Like that's just 2 dead rolls right there. Yeah, but he was alright. First stack CD, counterattack damage, and then own turn. This should probably be something else, not own turn seed crit damage, obviously, because this does not scale on revenges. Moving on, Rakan. Rakan was just a Leo trap. 0 speed, lots of HP attack on crit damage, and almost capped out the act too. But in order to do that, you kind of missed out on the crit rate. But pretty nice, I would say, overall. Vamp Will, so he could just solo if they let him through. And then artifacts, it's just skill 3 crit damage. Plus dark, attack of effect, plus wind. Also pretty good. So you're normally picking this into like Leo Rag. Lucia is triple revenge, of course, for pushback teams, maxi cleave teams. So it's a skill run recovery and then minus dark. Triple revenge, HP resistance. Right, I put it on res because most maxis, I would say, I mean, I don't know for sure, but most maxis aren't max AC. So if you res like a pushback or something, then this could cut in and you could skill 2, basically. Save the team. Tiana, triple nem. This was for Laura's max res build, high attack power, crit damage. Yeah, just crit damage artifacts, I think. Yeah, plus light wind dark is probably pretty synergistic because a lot of Lauras are always running Oliver, Laura, whatever. Maybe a dark unit in there, so. But she was pretty good with like Vanessa, right? Because they actually killed the Tiana, then it would just get revived, push the bar up. But yeah, picking this was still always pretty risky. So you had to be kind of careful where you pick it. Diana didn't pick it that much, but she was ruined up. Vio Will. HP, I guess she is, yeah, triple HP. But again, additional damage by attack for Diana. Right, because when she transforms, she converts all her HP into attack power. So you don't go additionals by HP. And then, yeah. Insane artifacts. I mean, too bad I don't use this more, but it is what it is. Sonya. I have my Sonya built for bruiser teams. That's why it's on a slower set, but really high attack power to try to prevent her from getting trapped. So it is Swift Will, skill 2 crit damage, plus dark for, you know, Gapsu, Ragdoll, Alex, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think most runes have flat attack enchants. That's how you squeeze this much attack power out of her. Yeah, flat attack here. Innate attack. This one's insane. All 4 and then innate attack. Then we have a attack grind here. Leak the Dark Megumi. Dark Megumi? What are you talking about? I don't have a Dark Megumi. Huh? Explain yourself, Ammo. Sagar, unruined pretty much the entire season. I probably should have kept this on something. Oh, hiding for SWC? I'll take a Dark Megumi, man. Thing's pretty cool. But yeah, Bison wasn't ruined. Mephisto, Fatal Will, these are the same runes. Just picked it when, if there was like a Nana or, you know, any revive unit, Smath, Wind Dog, Beelzebub. Just go for Mephisto on a damage build. Crit damage, yep. Fatal Will. I hope I get one too. I'll take one. I'd definitely use it. This is my Rage Lucian, Rage Will. Pretty good stats. It moves in front of Zrath, I think. Just barely. Missing 10 crit, but it's the best I could do while being this speed. And then artifacts, skill 3, crit damage, additional damage by attack, and then quad additional damage by attack. Pretty good. Angela was on this set, I believe. Wait, no, not that one. This set, like around a plus 160 Vio Will set. And then, of course, skill 1 recovery, minus wind. It's kind of good when into bruisers. A lot of bruisers don't want to let you have a healer, especially one that can do damage to you. So it's a nice force band most of the time. Wusa via will. It's kind of nice to have runed up if your opponent messes up and doesn't pick a stripper or like a snipe. It's kind of weird to have additionals, I guess, and then plus fire, plus water. Vio will, speed HP with res. Didn't pick it too much though, to be honest. She-Hope, same runes I believe as last season. Swift will. Yeah, I think it's just stats. We just wanted stats. Like that's a juicy rune. Kind of slow though. Yeah, and then on Ak with additionals. Yep, full additionals. Just kind of had it runed up for Leicas. If they stacked fire, then it also paired really well with Shizuka too. Minato was Vamp Endure, max res build. Attack crit damage, attack I believe. Oh, resistance. Yeah, resistance. Crit damage plus fire on the left artifact, and then right artifact is just more crit damage. I feel like Minato was good into like more plus fire units, stuff like that. Obviously, you want to pick him when you think he could solo a team, but didn't pick him too much. Alicia also didn't really pick her that much because she was built for the snipe teams, but I was running Conrad Jansen all season, so didn't really pick her that much, but she stayed on the same set. Energy will enhance. Like these runes are individually, they're pretty good. For sure. Artifacts, skill 2 crit damage. You just want that skill 2 to hit as hard as possible. Plus fire. And then Jansen 1 was Swift Will. This was tuned to go in front of Conrad while being still pretty tanky. With additionals minus wind. This was for the Sonya teams. And the second one was built for LD cleavers, like the Lucifer, Eludia, Talisman, Zrath guys. Minus light. And although I did figure out that Talisman apparently can still kill this thing as long as he gets an arm break, so it's still pretty scary. Yeah, a bit tankier with minus crit damage. Alex still on the same build, Vamp Will. I don't think I changed anything. Again, really good for the LD cleavers. First attack CD, life drain, additional damage by attack, and then minus light with minus crit damage. Ragdoll. I might have nerfed Ragdoll a bit. I think I may have stolen. Maybe I didn't nerf him. I might have stolen one of these, but he's still looking pretty good. High attack damage build. But yeah, Vile Will. Artifacts are all crit damage. Yep, more crit damage. Didn't really pick them too much. It was more of a, if they opened like more Ethna, yeah, I'd probably slam Ragdoll in. If it's going to be that good. But other than that, yeah, wasn't picked too much. Vermos. Oh, he's missing a rune. Because of Nabara, I believe. Nabara pillaged him. We'll just put this one on. But yeah, he was Vile Will. Not really a super great Vio set. But he was still runed up to counter, like Sauger, Sekhmet stuff. Artifact, skill 3 recovery. Skill 2 act, defense proportional lost HP could maybe come in handy. And I think I wanted minus water for Chandra. But again, didn't pick him too much. Patter still on the same double shield will build to trap. Robo Zabala cleavers, although my team kind of changed to the light Robo trap with more, so didn't pick Patter too much, but still kept him runed up. Should be speed, crit rate, defense, minus dark. With the crit damage, he's defense for Sonya. Then we have Deva. Same build, Rage Will, just for fun, really. With the plus fire to maybe kill Junos. Oh yeah, maybe I took a rune off here. Let me see if that's still being used. Oh yeah, it is. It's on Zenitsu now, so small change there, but pretty much the same thing. Jara. Swift Will. Should just move right after Vanessa. Hey, Falcon, thanks for the follow. Yeah, the Devically I know is really fun, but it's hard to get a game with him. Like they had to really mess their draft up for me to pick this thing. But yeah, Jara, Swift Will, high attack on a crit damage build. Speed, crit damage, attack with a little bit of attack there. Yep, full crit damage artifacts plus dark, because that's when I picked them, was bruiser teams. And then Akroma. Okay, Akroma did change a lot. I just rebuilt it to be a Sonya trap. Just such good base defense. It makes sense when you're pivoting. You go Juno, Akroma, and then they pick Sonya which helps you. And if you build it like this, it gets you a free ban, because then you don't feel like you have to ban Sonya, which is really nice. So we'll test her out next season a bit more. But Seal. And then artifacts, skill 2-act and crit damage is really nice. Minus water for more miles water orc. Shen. Shen I picked only for bruisers. I'd usually do like Gemini Shen, bait out a Leo, and then pick Rakan or something. And usually worked out pretty well. Swift Will. Pretty much the same build, I think. So, again, plus dark, minus dark, because I only picked it in 2 bruisers. Skill 3-act. Light Robo. I don't think I picked Light Robo a single time. Maybe once or twice when I was doing like a Charlotte, Lucian, Zrath or something like that. I might have brought that out. But still the same set. Swift Will. For artifacts, plus water. I think initially because he could be an Abellio counter sometimes. So he was always plus water, and then yeah, skill 2 crit damage stuff. But again, didn't pick him that much. Okay. Oh my god. Look at all this. Look at this mess. Alright, so Deva, Will. Crit damage build. Just gonna go through really quick. Plus water. First attack CD, skill 2-act. Didn't pick him too much, but he was a good they didn't pick resets, they didn't have immunity, and it was like a sniper cleave comp. This guy was pretty strong. Nana, same build, Despair Will, high res, max ac. Minus wind, I guess for Sonya. I'm not sure if this could probably maybe tank a Sonya, I don't know. And then additionals. More Despair Will. This is for the Light Robo trap. It's pretty much the only time I picked him, I think. We did try some rage builds on him, which is also really fun. So you could do that too. Just a 0 speed rage will more. Yeah, Despair Will on a crit rate build for a bit of damage, and then full additionals. Hey gang, didn't really pick him. But if I did pick him, he was probably like leftover Despair runes, so we'll just gloss over him. Bulwark, Will. I picked it a few times into Light Pony. But yeah, must have picked him only, just a couple times, so. Josephine. Will, crit damage. Yeah, runes are okay. Minus light and dark. I don't know why I did this. It must have been dark for Gianna. Maybe light for Laura's or something. Then, yeah, skill 2 act, first attack CD for artifacts. Yeah, Josephine's kind of like, she should be good in the meta, but I feel like a lot of the guys that run Laura, Gianna, they're always running Sekhmet, Oliver too. So I think it could depend on the draft, but yeah, she felt like she could be super annoying if you draft her right. Molong, didn't pick him that much, but Vamp Will, it's just ruined up just in case I needed a tanky sniper. Additionals plus dark. Yeah, I guess I thought I would pick him into Gapdol. Besettes was Swift Will. I'm actually going to change this to, I'm going to change this and slow it down so it moves after Juno. But for the most part, she was on a Swift Will build all season. I might pull her out with Lucian if somebody like went bruiser. But yeah, didn't pick her that much. Chow and pretty good HP and attack, just kind of on the slow side. I'm not sure this is how you'd want to build a Chow. I feel like faster Chows perform better. But he's got some pretty good stuff. Some nice stats. I mean, the Nem runes are pretty insane. That's probably why I went with this build. Left side, crit damage. Right side, crit damage. Annaval, via will. Just had her runed up just in case I needed a like a water armor breaker. Or just a water cleanser too. Yeah, via will, high res. Minus light and dark, I don't know why. Additionals. Tetra, Swift, Energy. This was just for Tomo players. This should be Vio though. I don't think Swift is how you want to build her. It's just leftovers, I think. Julie. Fatal Blade. Additional damage by attack is what you should go for. Skill 3 is okay, but what did I use Julie for? I think I just needed a water AoE damage dealer. Like, she could hit pretty hard if they aren't contesting turn 1 at all. But again, didn't really pick her. Oak via will. He was just runed up for Beelzebub. Co-op damage on the artifacts, but yeah, didn't pick him too much. But he's always fun. Fire Twins, this is what we were playing with late season. I think he does have like, yeah, these might be my really good Vio runes, which they are, yeah. So 280 Vio set with full additionals. Pretty strong, I felt like, into Oliver Sekhmet, being able to cool time the team and then also put up immunity. So a lot of times it would force them, it would force the Sekhmet to reset him, which could be good. Firecast. Rage will build. I went with Rage instead of Nem because I felt like the times you pick her, the units are always minus fire. And my Nem set could never kill like a Velajewel or a Vanessa. So I decided to go to like a Rage set just to make sure I kill those units. But there are still some games where she wouldn't kill something, if I recall, unless she procced the passive. But yeah, that's Firecast. Juice set, yep, should be one of my better sets. Yeah, it's got pretty nice stats here. Alice is what we were playing with late season as well, into a lot of the bruisers. She's Swift Guard. You don't need Will if you're gonna only draft her into bruisers, right? High defense, max res. Artifacts, attack, defense up effect, basically. Yep, defense up effect. And yeah, there's like some fun, cool combos you could do with like Shizuka Alice Fire Twins, where you just basically have full uptime on this third skill with that combo. Like they either give you some kind of turn 1 nuke play or something, or they give you this the entire game. So it was always fun to do. John, which is on Via Will, Max Ac, high attack power, kind of on the slower side if I wanted to slow cleave somebody. Also, he was kind of like my wedge at counter. I think John is the only, or any bomber is the only good slow cleave unit you can use into a wedge at team, right? Because they get anti-crit and defense buff. So you kind of want to bomb them. So artifacts, bomb damage, obviously. Tessa's on double Revenge of Will. Cap the accuracy out almost. Decent stats, I would say. Yeah, these are pretty good. These are, yeah, pretty good. Crit damage artifacts. Didn't pick it that much, though. But he was there just in case. Rika. Despair Will, super thick. Didn't quite cap out the res, actually, but really tanky. And this was for, yeah, minus dark. So sometimes there's those guys that do like the Han Sigrid 02 or something like that. You could maybe force their entire team to kill the Rika. And you have, or maybe even it survives. And then, you know, wins the game for you. Yeah, additionals. Lots of HP. Ac and res. Second Juno, which I did not have too much success using this, but this was specifically for like maxi Nef cleavers. So it was like a vampire set with minus dark speed up effect. Skill 3 recovery. Didn't really work that well, to be honest, so but I don't know. Might continue to test later on. Khaki didn't really use, it's just high attack power. Like if somebody picked a Miho or something, you know, you could just have that runed up. Interes, Despair Will, kind of just stats. Stats and stats and stats. But of course, didn't really pick it that much. It's like if they picked double ponies or something, or stacked wind, you could go for this guy. Winzeny, newest unit. He was on that vamp set early season, and then I just stopped being lazy and then put him on a Fio set finally. So here's the stats. This Via Will. And he's pretty good into Gianna's, I noticed. Or Gianna, Water Orc. But he is very weak to reset, so Oliver, you know. Oliver definitely poops on him. Winnemar, that's the newest unit we'll be messing around with, but she is Vionem, Sonya Trap, additionals, minus fire. But obviously we didn't pick that last season. But stay tuned. Wind Gojo, I built this as a Leo Trap, did not work very well. Even with this much defense, I couldn't land triple provokes on some of the bruiser stuff, which is really weird. I don't know why. I guess just some of those units are, I guess they put defense, a lot of defense on, I don't know. I even grinded like flat defense into a lot of these. Yeah, look at that. Hear me out. Vamp, crit damage, Nabara. No, what? What are you doing? Vamp, I'm pretty sure you don't heal off this. I know you're joking though. Smicer, deruned. Gyo was runed late season to help counter the new Trinity Force of Oliver, Sekhmet, Water Orc. Despair Blade, crit rate build. Yeah, we're actually speed crit rate ac. That's weird. Crit damage, minus water plus wind. That's pretty useful. Minus water is good into Miles Water Orc. I'd pay to see you do that. Oh my god. Build like a crit damage Nabara. Oh no. Feng Yin, Via Will, high defense, high res. This is good for kind of like for Leo teams. Also, maybe a Sonya comp. Of course, additional damage by defense. What you want? Yep, defense HP plus water counterattack damage. Pretty good. Ganymede was ruined up early season as a Sekhmet counter, right? Because you could just ventilate whatever unit she reset. He also had pretty good defense, so you could make this a Sonya trap. But obviously he's de-ruined, so I guess I felt like it didn't really work out too well. Pungbaek is on a Leo build. Stuff like Leo, Ragdoll, and Nana. This was kind of useful to have ruined up, I'd say. He also just got buffed, so I believe this unit, yeah, if this kills anything, it will not revive anymore, so it's pretty nice. Xing, Via Will. Minus wind, minus dark. Skill 1 ac to land the strip stun. Pretty good into water orc, wind stuff. I feel like I picked it a decent amount early season and then just kind of only when it was super strong, like they stacked water AoEs and then I would bring it out. But yeah, I feel like it wasn't that great into LD cleaves. It was really just for heavy water stuff and wind. And it's just really annoying when he doesn't use the passive. Like, you get hit by 4 AoEs and he doesn't use the passive somehow. I don't know. It's like when you get those games and you just don't want to pick it again. Wind Robo. Swift Will. Just to have ruined up. Additionals. Yeah, just kind of a leftover Swift Will set, really. But yeah, it's good to have this ruined up for some bruiser players. Just auto ban it. Tiana is not ruined up. Here's my Trap Lucian, which is now Rage Will. I think we upgraded it maybe last season. Put him on a Rage set, but yeah, it's still the attack bar when revived artifacts. Which is good with Vanessa, right? They go for Leo Viva comp. You pick this with Vanessa. If they kill this, it'll revive, wipe their team. Shimitate. It's ruined up. Didn't really have too much success with it, but it was another speed lead. I feel like I did try to cleave with it, and it's just like not enough damage, right? Because they'll just ban my Zrath out. And then I'll have something like Vanessa, Charlotte, Shimitator. It's like, I'm not killing anything with that. It's pretty hard. And here's Light Twins, which is on my absolute fastest set. Swift Broken. Unfortunately, it is on flat HP here. Flat attack here. This is really sad, but that's just how it is. And then we go full additionals for the artifacts. Additional skill 3 ac here because I'm not quite capped, so that's could be a problem. But Eleanor not ruined, Isis not ruined. Kinky. kind of good to have runed up for cleavers, ragdoll mihos, stuff like that. Vamp will. Pretty high attack power, I would say, for a kinky. But yeah, vamp so we could solo. With artifacts are additionals. Yep, full additionals. Magnum, Rage of Will. We're still gonna maybe mess around with this some more as a Laura counter. Yeah, artifacts. It's just like attack of effect with a single target crit damage. Plus win because you want to snipe out. Attempt to snipe out Olivers or Ciaras, CPs, stuff like that. And then a Filaria, which is this took Angela's runes. I'm probably gonna upgrade this a bit, but we're still testing it. Via Will, which is yeah, this set could definitely be upgraded a bit, but minus wind, skill 3 recovery, skill 2 recovery, and then Tableau, which we're having fun with. It's on speed, defense on Via Will. Again, as a Sonya trap. Additionals, skill 2 ac. Misty. Again, to try to counter the meta Trinity Force stuff. Misty was Vamp Revenge. I think on crit rate. Yep, crit rate. Speed crit rated attack. Then artifacts. I guess I did minus wind and water, which is okay. And then additionals. I feel like Misty did pretty good once I figured out where to draft it. But yeah, he still kind of lost a lot to Oliver just continuously taking his bar away. But yeah, I feel like he did pretty well for me. Second Conrad, not ruined. I don't think any of these are ruined, right? Amduat, oh, this should be ruined. Yeah. Let me ruin this real quick. Anything with Ak? Whatever. Yeah, I feel like I wanted Amduat ruined just for Tiana's. So if they use the skill 3, he would cut in and then maybe stun something. And he also could be good into Oliver, like the Trinity Force stuff. Sometimes. But yeah, guys, I think... how long did that take? Like an hour? Okay. But yeah, that's all my Season 32 runes and artifacts. Yeah, of course, I'll probably change a few things going forward, but that's what we're gonna be doing for next season.